Welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about college coursework, specifically the classes that you need to take to earn a degree. So, we're going to spend a little time on this concept here. This is an overview of the college courses that you need to take in different areas to receive a degree. So, what do you have to do while you're in college? In its basic sense, you need to meet all of your school's course requirements. That's usually going to involve a number of general education classes in all of your major subject areas. Similar to high school, you're going to have to take some type of arts class, some type of writing classes, humanities, math, science, social science, now typically culture and diversity, and potentially other subjects as well. And the reason that colleges want you to take a class or two in all of these broad areas is to make sure that you are a well-rounded student, that you are not just an expert in your subject matter, but that you have higher education and knowledge in a plethora of different disciplines. So we typically call those classes general education classes. So in our chart here, there's this really nice pie graph from Miracosta College, and the general education is in blue. It should be less than half of your total classes that you'll take while you're in college, particularly if you're working towards a bachelor's degree. However, it does account for a good number of the classes that you have to take while you are in college. Once you've met those general education requirements, or while you're meeting those general education requirements, you're also going to have to meet all of your major course requirements. So when we go on to higher education, we're looking for certification or for a degree in a specific subject matter that we're going to choose. And we're going to have to meet all of the requirements for that major. So your major is typically going to be a combination of both lower and upper division courses in your major and a senior capstone. So the difference between lower and upper division is that often when you decide you're going to choose a major, let's say, for example, you're going to major in psychology, there's going to be a number of introductory classes that we call lower division that you will probably have to take before you will be eligible to move on to upper division courses. So for example, in high school, you have to take Math 1 before you're allowed to take Math 2. You have to take English 1 before you're allowed to move on to English 2. It's the same concept. Your senior capstone you usually do during your senior year, right before you graduate, and it's going to maybe include some type of research component where you'll get to kind of specialize in a specific topic within your major that you want to focus on. One thing to note while you're in school is that your school is not going to know what major you want to be in unless you declare your major. So once you have completed most of your general education requirements and your lower division major requirements, you can go to your department office and declare your major so that they know that you want to have a bachelor's degree, or if you're at community college, an associate's degree in a specific subject. And every college is going to have advisors that are going to track your requirements and which classes you've taken and can help advise you on what to take next. So I'm going to show you an example of this in a minute, and it's going to be a little overwhelming to look at, but the thing to know is that there are academic counselors in every major area at every school that can go through this with you and help you plan what classes you need to take to get your major. It's not expected that you have to figure this out on your own. The last part of this pie chart, though, that I want to show you is this green section here, which are your electives or non-degree classes. So you have to take a certain number of courses or units to graduate with a degree, and oftentimes the general education and the major requirements are not enough, and you have other class space that you get to take, and those are going to be called your electives. And in those classes, as long as you've met the prerequisites for them, you can take any classes you want. So if you're studying psychology, but you really love theater, you'll have space in your schedule to take a couple theater classes, perhaps. Or if you really want to study botany, you'll get to take a couple botany classes if that's something that you want to do. You'll have this elective room to take what you want to take. A lot of people will end up using that space to get a minor if they're working on a bachelor's degree. Other people will just use it for enrichment. Some people will take extra classes in their major so that they can learn more about their major topic. So let's go through an example. You don't have to understand all of this. I just want you to see what it looks like. So if you were going to UC Davis as a freshman and you wanted to study psychology as your major and get your Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology, you might want to know what it is that you're going to have to take during those 4 years that you are at UC Davis. So the first step is to look at the general education requirements that UC Davis has. These are going to be the same for every UC Davis student, regardless of what they're going to major in. At UC Davis, they call them these core literacies. So there are 35 units that are required in these different areas. So you can see over here that they have literacy requirements for 20 units, civic and cultural literacy for 9 units, quantitative or kind of mathematical literacy, as well as scientific literacy. So these units refer to how many classes you're going to have to take in these different areas. And this is going to be true no matter what it is that you're going on to study. Then they also have their psychology major requirements. So I'm going to click on this and show you an example of what this is going to look like.